We have Islam Makhachev versus Alexander the Great Volkanovski. Obviously, it's going to be the rematch. Charles Oliveira pulled out about a week or two ago, and they found a replacement with Volk stepping on a short notice, doing a rematch of their first fight. Um, as far as the fight right here, they're pretty much running it back. I mean, Islam's 24-1, 5-0. Once again, his only loss was that against that Adriano Martins guy. And did you see that? You see that meme about like a lot of people were trying to say that it was Pantoja who did it because like
God.
Martins. Oh man, I need to send that to you next. But it was so funny. But yeah, he got knocked out by Martins, and then ever since then he's sharpened up and hasn't lost since. 31 years old, 5'10", 70.5 inch reach. Fighting against Alex Volkanovski, 26-2, 4-1 his last five. He's coming off against the domination against Yair Rodriguez. I mean, he doing whatever he needed to against Yair, just like knocked him out and ground and pounded him basically. He did lose against Islam once again in that first fight. 35 years old, so he's the dreaded 35-year-old age there. 5'6", 71.5 inch reach. So just like the first fight, he does have a 1 inch reach advantage. Odds for this fight, really interesting. I mean, Islam opened up at a minus 200, and now he's at a minus 255, 52. I'll pass it to you, Alex. I want to hear your thoughts first before I dive in. What do you think about this main event here that we have?
I think this is going to be a really exciting main event. Like both of these guys are so technically sound, like just
Yeah.
very high level fighters. Um, my pick is going to be Islam. I just think he's too good. Like he's just yeah, he's too careful. He's too good. And I think the last fight, Volkanovski fought as well as he could. Like I felt like Volk like fought that match to perfection. I felt like he made zero mistakes really. Um, and like I think if you just compare like the two fighters, like Islam is just way stronger. Like Islam's like a like he wants to like he even said like if he wins this fight he wants to move up to or he wants to fight the winner of Colby and Leon Edwards.
Right.
And so I feel like he really should be a natural welterweight. Um, and you can kind of just see like Islam is definitely like much stronger than Volk. Um, so I really like, and then you add into that like 1 week notice,
Hmm.
um, not having like the preparation that coming off that elbow like surgery, something like that. And he even said yeah, he's coming off the couch. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like the cards are stacked against Volk here. Um, so I really like Islam. But I will say that like like Volk is amazing. Like this guy's he's an amazing fighter. But I just think Islam he's too. It's not a good matchup. I think so.
Yeah,
I like Islam here.
definitely. You think Islam's a parlay piece for you?
I think he is, to be honest. Like I feel like the odds maybe should be wider. I mean, it's funny saying that, like knowing how the first fight went down. Um, but I think Islam's just like it's the fact that I think Volk like fought that fight to perfection, and so I don't know if he can replicate that. Plus, like I feel like Islam now has like a chip on his shoulder, right? I feel like people are saying that Volk won the first fight. I mean, that's fine. So I think, he's going to try and like make a statement for this fight. So I think I would add him to my parlays.
Definitely. Yeah. Look, I mean, I tried to kind of dig deep into the rematch again and actually watch it, and I was actually trying to find reasons to take Volk, right? Just because of how the fight ended. Volk had a lot of highlight moments, even in a loss, if you will, right? I mean, remember when Islam? I mean, Islam was constantly taking him down, but Volk was never really in any real danger. He was doing the shouting. He was punching him from behind when he was getting backpacked. That's
Yeah.
kind of good for optics, right? Not maybe not in the judges' eyes, but still, like a lot of the crowd was cheering him on. It was hometown in his hometown in Australia, um, and and that's the thing. Like he had a lot of highlights. He was ground and pounding him in the last round. He still lost the fight, though. I mean, I still think that it was a clear 48-47. Uh, and that's how most of the scorecards was. I think that what it was like two 48-47s and one 49-46, I think. It was something like that. So, I mean, it was still a clear decision for Islam. And when you actually watch the fight, I mean, come on, like Islam, this is the thing. We know that Islam's the better grappler, better wrestler in this case, bigger guy. Just look at his back. Like this guy is much bigger. Crazy grip strength. I mean, like you just if you watch that Charles Oliveira when he finished him, right, man, locked it in. There was like 0% chance of escape. Like it's over. Once he gets you in that grip, like you just have to tap because you just haven't felt that grip in your life before. Like it's a very different grip that they have over there. And even though he's the better grappler wrestler, if you actually look at the stand-up exchanges, aside from that, last round kind of flurry from Volk, Islam was beating him on the feet from what I saw. I mean, he was even a better striker than Volk. So I just think that once again, yeah, like you mentioned, I think this is a bad matchup for Volk. I mean, he's probably outclassed in all areas of the fight. Unfortunately, I think that he's doing the UFC a solid. Once again, I feel like Usman and Volk kind of in the same boat, right? Like former champions or champions that are stepping in to save the card in Abu Dhabi because think about this: the backup fighter would have been Mateusz Gamrot. Then, like, I I don't know about that main event. That would have been man. I don't know that that's a good main event for Abu Dhabi, especially they're trying to get that Saudi money, right? Like that's not something that the people will want to watch. So I think they paid Volk handsomely for this fight. He's stepping in to just kind of save the show uh, off the couch. I mean, yeah, I mean, give me Islam here. I think that this is crazy that this is a buy low. He's actually come off a win. Like he beat this guy already, and the odds were actually closer when they initially came out. He's now I think the odds before Islam was like a minus 400 or something, right? It was something like even higher. So now he's a minus 200. It's been bet to minus 252. That's insane value for he might be like the pound for pound best fighter right now in Islam. So I mean, yeah, give me Islam here as far as a parlay piece. Um, I think that this is actually a pretty easy lock in my opinion. And trust me, I tried to find ways to take Volk. And even though that decision that he fought against, Islam the first time, close fight, I still think it was a decisive 48-47. I mean, if you just had, that's just how you score the fight, right? I mean, Islam was getting the better of him on the feet and he was winning the grappling exchanges. I mean, aside from that last round. So that's pretty much it. So yeah, give me Islam here. I actually don't know if he's gonna knock him out or sub him. I don't think he's gonna sub him. I think Volk is unsubbable. He doesn't have a neck, so he doesn't have that neck for you to kind of do a rear naked choke or a ghillie or anything. It's probably gonna have to be some kind of arm bar or like knee bar or something. But still, I think that I could easily see Islam making a statement, taking him down, actually trying to ground and pounding this dude now, or just holding on to him again for like 25 minutes and getting a decision. So I think KO or decision could be in play if you want to play a prop, but I'll just play minus 252 money line and get myself a good parlay piece right there.